Musician Tailor's Twin and Chevy.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Tailor's Talk podcast, live here at Grind Entertainment Studio, home of Musician Tailor LLC. I'm your co-host, Chevy Revis, along with my co-host and co-founder, Darrell Twin Smith. Today's special guest is award-winning international filmmaker, director, screenwriter, actor, producer, freelance photographer, creative, basically a visual alchemist. She directed and worked on numerous films and series like Pretty for a Big Girl and Until We Meet Again, just to name a few. Please join us in welcoming to the show, D. Thomas, aka the Visual Alchemist. Welcome to the show, D.
Hey,
What's happening, D?
Thank you,
What's
thank
happening?
you.
Thank y'all for y'all patience with me, man. How you
Yeah.
been, man?
Been all right.
Been all right? All right, cool.
Glad you done finally came over here. You know, you've been coming over here for the last couple of years. We're gonna get this shyness about you now.
Yeah.
You know, you do a lot of great things for the community and as a videographer. So we here to shine a light on you so everybody can know who you are. So it's a pleasure to have you here at Taylor's Talk Podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. So D, I know I met you, I don't know how long ago, maybe 10 years ago? Something like that, but only online. You know what I'm saying? We became Facebook friends mutually through our good friend John Woo out of 270 Radcliffe, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like my second home. Twin don't claim it, but I claim Kentucky. That's my second home. Yeah, we both from Mississippi, but Kentucky is where we started our military career at Fort Knox. So, with that being said, how did you get to Kentucky?
Don't
Well,
be shy.
I was trying to think of an answer that wasn't inappropriate,
No,
but
that's all good.
I was born there.
Yep.
So it wasn't exactly by choice because it's like the majority of us, we military brats.
Okay.
So, yeah, Fort Knox.
Well, no.
Um, well, born at Fort Campbell.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Air assault.
101st.
That's Screaming chickens. Screaming eagles. 82nd Airborne all day over here, though. But yeah.
So your
Fort Knox.
parents was in the military, and that got you to old Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. So as growing up, as a military child, how was that for you?
I would say it's lonely
Mm.
because you don't really stay someplace really long to make friends. So actually, so my parents they were divorced, but my mom remarried. So my dad he was stationed in Colorado Springs. I can't remember what base that is up there.
Fort
Fort
Carson.
Carson. Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom and stepdad they were in Radcliffe. And so when it came for the opportunity, I went to live with my mom. And my stepdad, I guess he was getting close to retirement. So I was able to stay there for longer than usual before, where you stay someplace for like a couple of years, then you move, and then you got to remake friends and all that. So when I think about being a military brat, I just think about it's lonely until I got to a point of Radcliffe. And that was the longest time staying in one place. And I was able to like go to school with my friends, graduate with my friends, and then go to college with my friends. And
Okay.
yeah, so
That's good to know. I know you shedding some light on me because I know me being in the military, I can see where my son was looking at things. My daughter, she really didn't move around like my son did, but my my daughter, born and raised in Radcliffe, She graduated from North Hardin. She's here now. She just graduated from Georgia State.
Yeah.
A couple what last week? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I can see with her, she she was kind of shy and she kind of kept to herself. But when she got here, and I guess for them 4 years at Georgia State, I can see her attitude change because she was sitting in his house all day. I'm like, go do something. But
Yeah.
that's good to know. You have a military background, and as you starting to grow in, like you said, high school, college, what made you get into being a videographer?
So actually, that wasn't my first choice. I think sometimes you have a gift, and when it's natural, you don't see it as a gift. So like with visual, like seeing things, it's like seeing like with your eyes. So you don't know because it's just something that you do every day. So it actually wasn't until like late in life.
Okay.
Like I don't know what year it was, but it was like taking pictures, like how everybody takes pictures with
Mhm.
their phone. So I would do that. But then it would be like, but my pictures will always look different from everybody else's pictures. And then it was actually somebody that I was dating said that I should try with the camera. So they gifted me a camera. But the learning curve of your phone and the camera is not the same, right? Because your phone automatically focuses for you. Your phone does
Yeah.
everything for you. All you gotta do is just
Click,
Right,
click.
click,
right,
right?
right, right.
But with the camera, you gotta
Yeah,
go in. You gotta adjust the lens. You gotta. It's like
yeah,
so many things. It can be overwhelming. So at first, I really didn't like it because I'm one of those people. If I'm not good at something, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
yeah,
But then it was like one of those things where she was like, "Well, don't appreciate this gift. Like I'm gonna take it back, this that, and the other." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go out here, and I'm gonna just figure it out."
Okay.
So I didn't go to
yeah.
school for it. Everything is self taught.
Uh,
Um, Went out
yeah.
there, and I don't know if you ever seen like the railroad track picture, if it ever came across your
Mm.
timeline. But that was like one of the first pictures that I took with that camera.
Wow.
And when I posted it on Facebook, every person that did like filmmaking or photography, they like commented on it and they were like, "Yo, this is dope. You need to keep taking
Yeah.
pictures." So that's how it started out. Like, okay, maybe this is something that I can do. And I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it.
What was what kind of camera was it? Your
It
first
was
camera?
a Nikon.
Nikon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm learning cameras now, so that's why I asked. So
What you had
yeah,
that D30 3200?
I think it was. But
Okay.
yeah,
like the Nikon, it doesn't matter which one you have because that's a photography camera.
mm.
So it's always gonna take good pictures.
That's good.
Yeah, that was my first camera. I
Nikon.
still got it.
Yeah. My first camera wind it up. Zip, 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 zip.
Oh, you don't
Yeah, zip, zip,
disposable
zip.
camera.
Yeah, that was my first camera. One in
Well,
the little box, Kodak box.
you right. My first nice camera I got was that Nikon D
TS,
3200.
yeah.
Um,
I think everybody either had that or they had the Canon T2, T3. Like every time you ask somebody what they started
Yeah,
out with,
they
they be
try.
like that Canon two
Okay.
T2 or that Nikon D whatever. I can't remember. It's so long ago.
yeah, it still work.
Yeah,
I show it to you when you leave.
yeah,
You know you walk past it
yeah,
when you came
yeah.
in. Oh, but the as the folks was making comments on your post about the railroad picture, as that inspired you to say, okay, I know I'm doing something, and like you said, you were self-taught. How did that make you feel at that moment when all the comments start flooding on your Facebook post about that picture?
I mean, coming from the people that I thought that they did, that did inspiring work. I mean, it feels good. Anytime that somebody else that you think is dope and they're telling you you're dope, like it's the best feeling.
That's good to hear. So then, as as a creator, because you got that vision for the things that you capture with your eye. Um, Once you got those comments, and as you start digging into your craft, what was the first thing that you said, okay, I need to learn, when it come to taking those pictures that self-taught yourself?
Um, with photography, I would say lighting is probably something even till this day that I'm still learning. Because I'm not big on I'm big on natural lighting. So once you throw in lights like this, then that's when you really gotta learn. You gotta learn your settings on the camera, and you gotta learn like the positioning of the lights. So with photography starting out, like I said, when it's something that I'm not good at, I kind of steer away from it. So I really wasn't good with these type of lights at first. So I just learned how to be good with natural lighting.
Okay. And then, so how did you transition into be a videographer? Because you start off taking photos, then you got into shooting videos. How did that transition um, come to?
Well, so when I first started out, like in the film world, I started out being on set with a production company, and I just would watch like what they did, and then I mimicked it with my cell phone. So one of the first films that I created, I filmed it with my iPhone. I think it was like iPhone 4 or something like that. And when I posted it, of course, everybody feeds and they're like, well, we want a part two. So then we went out and we did a part two. But at this time, I don't really know how to write a script. So I'm just filming and I'm telling the people what to do. So one of the found or I don't know what to call her. One of the I guess the founders of the production company, she was like, cause she's somebody that if you say something that what you want to do, she's gonna find a way to put you in a position to do that. So she was like, "Is filming something that you want to do?" Because I was already taking pictures, and I said, "Yeah." So I went from being a person on the sidelines to now getting behind the camera. So the first project that they put me on the film was something that they were trying to submit for Sundance.
Wow.
So you go from filming with your phone to now you're trying to figure out this camera, and they want to do this for Sundance. So that was pressure. And I would tell you, every mistake that I could have ever made, I made on that project. I filmed the whole entire movie in auto, not manual, but auto.
So break that down for me,
So
Cole.
autofocus means,
Oh,
yeah,
it was.
right, autofocus. So if we filming right here and Twin come walking right here, and my camera gonna grab him,
Oh,
but
gotcha,
but
yeah,
but you talking. So
that
it,
makes
it was
sense.
a lot of blurry scenes, a lot of everything. So the person that was editing, they had been in the film industry for a long time, and they like pulled me to the side at the premiere, and they were like, you know what? Don't let this discourage you. You just didn't know what you was supposed to do. They was like, next time, don't film in auto.
So they gave you grace.
Yeah, and they was
Okay.
like, put it in manual. But the reason why they were able to like not discourage me is because they were the one that was editing, so they seen the shots that I was trying to do. So they said that like if I would have filmed them correctly, it would have been dope because I have an eye or whatever. But yeah, that first project was like,
It was rough.
It was rough.
Hey,
It was,
I'm learning grace today.
Yeah. Yeah. We all learning grace.
I'm learning grace today.
Grace.
Yeah.
But no, that's important though, that like, and that's cool that you started from iPhone 4, then you trying to figure out this $25,000 camera or something, or red camera, whatever they be using
no,
on the
back then
film.
it was Canon.
Canon again,
Yeah.
okay. No, then you said Nikon first, then Canon, okay. Yeah, nah, man, that's amazing. So did you like? All right, not to go back a little bit, but just a little bit. Did you go to? You said you graduated from Radcliffe, Hardin,
North
John
Hardin.
North Hardin, and then where you go from there?
I went to University of Kentucky.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Not
Okay,
Louisville, but Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah,
Gotta make that
UK.
clear.
UK,
Yeah.
yeah, most definitely, most
You
definitely.
know, we know.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Kentucky. That's why I say
No,
I
you
call it
gotta
my
know.
second
You
home.
either red or you blue.
No, listen. I don't even get in Cardinal and Wildcat business. Never
Me
have,
neither.
never will. Especially on game day. No, that's a real route. That's like Crips and Blood for real.
No,
It really
for real.
is.
Like,
It is.
my hometown played Louisville one time. I went up there, Southern Miss, with all black and gold on. Yeah, Louisville. I know it was rowdy, but yeah, them fans are unruly.
Yeah.
For real.
Toe up
Yeah.
crazy. I had me and Wu when the studio Wu was working at across the street from University of Kentucky. I used to go up there with Wu, and it was a game day. It was rough.
Yes.
I said, man, they acting this way for a college game?
No.
I said, nah. I said, I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, it's serious business. That Cardinal
Yeah.
and Wildcat is serious business.
Yeah,
man.
the whole city wears blue.
Yeah. Big Blue.
Yep.
Yeah, all day. So yeah, so what did you go for school for? You know?
So that's the funny thing is that's why like whenever people know, it always surprises them because I went to school for economics. Yeah, cause my game plan was because my dad said something about if he would have went back, he would have went to to college to be a lawyer. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a lawyer. But then, well, initially it was I was gonna do medical, but I took that first biology class and I was like, no, this isn't for me. And then I changed it to computer science, but I ended up graduating with economics degree because I was trying to go to law school, but yeah, that didn't pan out.
Awesome. And what year you graduated?
Huh?
Oh,
She said, huh?
Gotcha. Say less.
so once you got out of college, you embarked on your journey as a photographer, videographer. Or was you doing this while you were in college?
No, no, I didn't. I didn't do this in college. I just so the whole photography and filmmaking thing didn't happen until like a couple of years after I moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've been doing it since you moved here. Then that's when you kind of really like, okay, you jumped out there and start putting your name out there and start showing folks exactly what you can do.
Well, not initially. So with the production company that I started out with them as PR
Okay.
because one of their assistants thought that because I went to school and learned like business stuff and stuff like that, that I would be good at doing PR for them. And it was fun at first because like one of the movies that they were filming when I first came on, I was part of the push or whatever to get it to be shown in theaters, like in different places outside of Atlanta. Um, but as I was on set with them and learning more about production, then I would mimic it with my phone, and then it
Okay.
just kind of grew from there as far as like filming.
Okay.
So, I had a question about. You said y'all got to go to Sundance Film Festival, or y'all submitted it for it.
Yeah, they submitted it for
Okay.
Sundance, but it didn't get accepted.
Okay. And then what's the other one? And it's Canaan's. with the CANNES.
Yeah,
What
I
is?
always say it wrong.
Me, that's why I ain't say it.
I think
Can,
it's
yeah, one of them.
cons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
CANNES. I think it's in
France.
France. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just trying to like study up on all the film festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
What about the South by Southwest Film Festival?
Oh
You been to
yeah,
that? That's
No, the one in Austin.
Austin.
No.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
you ain't gonna check that out. That's where, South by Southwest as a whole, you can go out there, experience the everybody outdoors doing their things. But if you go to the convention center is where you learn a lot. A lot of folks didn't know that you can buy art doing South by Southwest. They have a whole bunch of. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, I always
Uh,
look at it like a music festival
yeah.
though.
Well, the week prior, the week before the music, where they canceled the music thing, so that's no longer there. Now it's just the film and TV thing.
Yeah,
Now.
the
Yeah,
film part is always the first two
yeah.
weeks
hmm
of South by Southwest. The last week is the music portion.
That's when we show up. The year I was down there, that was the last year Barack Obama was in office, like 2016, something like that.
Yeah, I was
And he was
16.
down there, and Twin met me. He came from he was in
I
Saudi Arabia that day. I
no,
mean,
I was still I had just retired at Fort Hood.
oh, you said the hood, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And I always tell people, man, when you go in the festival stuff like that, wear some comfortable shoes. My kinfolk had on some Chucks.
No, he ain't telling y'all how he had me. He look.
I had them working, but
He
it's
had
still,
me running all around Austin because once you get down there where you
yeah,
park it, you want to
yeah.
stay. You do not want to move that
You
vehicle.
ain't gonna be able to move it.
And because it was like $30, $40, $50 to park. So I got there early that morning, parked my car. I went to this Sway in the Morning show. Then I finally linked up with Chevy and them. Chevy, I had went to Zaytoven producer corner. Chevy hit me. Hey man, can you go to the store and get me some Pedialyte? So now I had on some Chuck Taylors. I did. I had them Chucks on, and we was and I was already about 2-3 miles away from South by Southwest, where the studio Zaytoven had booked out to do his producer corner. So when Chevy called me, I said, okay, HEB is a Texas
Yeah.
grocery store. So I said, okay, HEB right over here. So I walked over there, but I'm walking the opposite direction from downtown. So when I caught up with them, my feet was on fire. They was on fire because I'm walking. I'm walking. And them chucks was flat. And then finally I was like, man, I'm finna go get me something to eat. I sat in that restaurant, ate, walked to my car and went home.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But that's anything you like. I'm pretty sure like you working on films, TV. I'm pretty sure you're in some comfortable shoes. Everybody
Oh
on
yeah,
set
yeah,
behind the camera.
yeah.
It's just like for me working on stages with the artists. Like if you ain't got on no comfortable shoes, like the engineers behind the stage people, like you gonna have a long day. And you got to dress comfortable
Yeah.
as well. You know what I'm saying? So, what's some shoes that you wear on your set?
It really depends. Because there's BTS, so I'm gonna look nice,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
it really depends on what the outfit is for the day. So it could be anywhere from um Air Maxes or
Mm,
New Balances. I
that's
won't
good
do
choices.
Jordans, though.
That's,
I won't do that on set.
okay,
It'd be rare if I do that.
nah, that's good. That's good. So, comfortable shoes definitely. You can tell when somebody like angry and stuff like that. They probably got on uncomfortable shoes. They having a bad day. I always look down at people's feet because I'm a sneakerhead. And if somebody acting a certain way, I just look at their feet and be like, oh yeah, shoes probably too little, having a bad day or so. Got the wrong insoles in or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why they giving everybody attitude. But
Or they could be hungry.
yeah, that part too. Yeah, yeah.
They
Always.
hangry.
Oh
Yeah, they
yeah,
hangry. They been on
yeah,
set too long. They
yeah.
angry.
And that's just a lesson for y'all, man. Anytime you go to any event, especially here in Atlanta, eat before you leave the house. Trust me, man. I don't care if you go in there to eat. Eat something before you leave the house because if it say
Alarms.
start at 7, it's gonna start at 9:30, 10. That's a fact.
So,
So go ahead, go.
so D, with you being a person that is self-taught, what advice will you give to a upcoming photographer, videographer?
Good question.
I would say just do it.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter like what type of camera you have, or if you don't have a camera, like you just film with your phone. Um, like mainly just do it and don't ask for permission. Like don't compare yourself to other people, because your story is unique. Even if it seems like it's been told a million times, it's never been told from your perspective. So for a lot of people, especially people, for me, and maybe I'm biased, but working with people who have been to school and they learn all the rules, and then they want to tell you you breaking the rule, or you can't do that, you can't do this. And for me, that's not art. So for people who are trying to learn it or whatever, like I get, like, you there are certain rules you do have to learn, but at the same time, don't let somebody else tell you how to create
Bars.
art.
I like that right there
Bars.
because you definitely you hit it on the nail. Be creative. You got the person because it's the same thing being an audio engineer. You know, they tell us, before I went to school, I was just doing it. Then when I went to school, they said, no, you can't do it like this, this, and this. Then finally, somebody said, hey, your ears is what you supposed to listen to. Folks try to put you in a box. And then once you get outside that box, a lot of stuff that's getting created is outside the box of the textbooks. And I appreciate you saying that so that a lot of folks can say, okay, because you do see a lot of folks trying to mimic what somebody else do and selling themselves short on their creativity side.
Yeah.
That was super dope. You said that. I appreciate you. That appreciate you for that.
Speaking of creativity, like, can you give me five of your favorite films, including the one that you worked on or one that's already out there
5 of my favorite films.
that you can watch every day?
Well, I could watch every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna take it to my most favorite film, all time film, is always gonna be Godfather 2.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I
That's
love
a
it
good
because
one.
that's a film. It's
Yeah.
so crazy because, like, so with film and movies, like certain movies, my dad, like, one day he was like, sit down and you gonna watch this, and he put in Scarface,
Okay.
Ooh.
right, and then he
Yeah.
put in Godfather.
Hold on, let's stop right there. What dad from?
He from Dallas, Texas.
Okay,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
makes it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You from the south
All right.
side?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He
he
from
from
Oak
South
Cliff?
Dallas.
South-
No, not Oak Cliff.
He
He
from
from
Oak Cliff.
South Dallas.
South
I mean, it's
Dallas,
not
okay.
any better, but
Oh no,
still,
yeah. No, Dallas active.
right, very active. But so for me, it would be Godfather 2 because I just felt like that was something that I kind of like bonded with my dad watching that. The second movie probably would be Never Ending Story. Yeah,
Okay.
That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a good one.
The third movie,
Go on, say
Yeah.
it. Don't be scared.
as toxic as this
Yeah.
is,
Hey, no judgment zone. No,
no
judgment zone.
judgment.
No judgment
The
zone.
next one would be Love and Basketball.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's a
love that
good
movie.
one, man.
That's a good movie.
one. That's a good one.
It is, but it's
Yeah, that
yeah.
is a good one.
The fourth movie would probably be um
So many good ones, and you conclude, some that you worked on. Maybe your first baby with the film industry. All right, we'll give you great. What's your top five? Maybe this one.
On my top 5, y'all ready for it?
All right.
You got Menace to Society,
oh yeah, that's a
Okay,
good
good
one.
one.
Friday,
Mm-hmm.
Friday After Nicks.
Good one. Good one.
Oh, Mo Better Blues.
Oh, good
That's a
one.
good one.
Good
And
one.
then my last one, and my always go to, my number one, The Wiz.
The
Oh,
Wiz.
yeah. That's a good one.
That's a classic.
Classic, classic.
Yeah.
I go with Life, Eddie Murphy. I can watch that every day. Life, and people don't realize, man. You know, what's his name?
Rick James.
Yeah, Rick James. Rick James in that movie. And I had watched it probably 100 times before I realized it was Rick James. Spanker Johnson. So him, Full Metal Jacket. I probably watched that a million times before I joined the military. Stanley Cooper. He's psycho, but he got some great movies. Book of Eli.
Oh yeah,
That's a
that's a
good
good
one.
one.
I watched that a lot. Do the Right Thing.
Yeah,
Spike
that's a
Lee.
good one too.
And my last one is kind of shoot. I don't know. I like documentary and stuff like that, but Friday is a good one though. We used to watch that every day in Germany.
Man,
Yeah,
in the barracks.
Yeah, in the barracks. Yep. Friday. Yeah. So those are movies I can watch every day. That's why I said top 5. You know. 'Cause, you know, sometimes I'll watch a movie and I'll never want to watch it again.
Yeah.
You like that too?
Yeah, but
So it's like a one and done. I'm
one
like,
and done.
yeah. But some movies I can be like, I can just sit down and hit Netflix or whatever. I can sit and watch it and pay full attention to it. If I pick up my phone, then it's probably not a good movie.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
I watch movies over and over and over
Yeah.
again. I just don't like. I can recite movie lines, but I can't recite not one rap song, R&B song. They're like, man, you do music,
Yeah.
but I can recite movie lines.
Yeah,
They're like, how you remember that in that movie? I said, I don't know.
yeah. Repetition. Just
Yeah, repetition.
But we know you a superstar at what you do. Go on, smile, because you know you is. Don't hold back that smile. You know these compliments, because we see your work and we see what you do, and you're amazing at what you do, and we definitely appreciate you. You know, we seen how you put that old your glitter on that glow video, so you know you ain't think we know.
That was actually dope because I think it was like a couple of days before that I was talking to Maddie and I was talking about how you hold yourself at a certain level, right? And you don't really see things like your own stuff the way everybody else sees it. And I was telling her how I have a lot of stuff that I'll edit and then it never makes it like I never post it because I'll see something about it that I don't like. And she was like, when your eyes up here, everybody else's eyes like right here, so they not gonna see what you see. And then so we kept talking, whatever. I was like, yeah, I needed to hear that. That was pretty dope. And then I was like, I wanted to film content, but I really want to get into filming like music videos, like get better at it. So she hit me up like a couple of days after that. It was like, you still want to do it? It was like, yeah. So we linked up, had no idea, didn't have a plan. I was like, we gonna do this. She turn a little speaker on, and then we just start filming. And I was like, you feel like walking down to this thing? But I don't think she knew the walk was like,
Way down there.
like way at the
Yeah,
other end. But that shot where she's on that top of that stair thing, yeah, like after I got down there, I was like, damn, I wish I had my drone. Cause then that would have been like dope.
That would
Yeah.
But the whole video is super dope. It was when she finally put it out. I said, "Oh man, this is nice." You know, I like the scenes that you captured, and then especially the graffiti throughout the city. I definitely enjoyed that. It was super dope. You did your thing on it.
Yeah, but the thing about creating though, it's always dope when you're working with people that have good energy. And as many times as she had to keep like doing it over and over and over, her energy never dropped.
Yeah.
which like surprised me because after like the 50th time, I was like,
Nah,
she tired?
no, yeah,
uh,
nah. Like when I was trying to make the connection with y'all too. I was just like, I was visualizing. I was like, man, I think they can come up with something. Well, I ain't say think. I know y'all would have came up with something dope, and y'all did. You know what I'm saying? And I learned to get out of creative way, put them together, and get out y'all way. Cause once y'all connect, that's when the magic happens. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So yeah, and I'm glad y'all got to work together and gonna continue to work together.
All right, right.
And I'm ready to see that drawing work.
Oh yeah, we
So
still gotta do that. We
I
talked
know it.
about
Yeah,
that
it's
at
coming. It's
what
definitely
was
coming.
that? Art
Yeah.
weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jack Daniel. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's coming.
so what projects you working on now? Oh, you can't tell us.
Well, I
Mm.
will say I am working on a project that's gonna include Maddie's gonna help with the music part of it. So yep,
That's
yep.
right. That's right.
So I know that's gonna be dope. Can't really talk about it.
No, I
No.
feel
No.
you.
No.
I
Probably should
understand.
have had Maddie
Yeah.
sign an NDA.
No,
Yeah.
she
G
ain't told us. She
14.
ain't
No.
tell
No.
us. So
No.
I'm out.
Yeah, G
We gonna
14
ask you,
classified.
but you like you said, you gonna keep it under wraps until you reveal it to the world, and I appreciate that. We ain't gonna press you on it,
Yeah.
but I know as you, I know it's gonna be great. I know once it's released, because you and Maddie put stuff together, it's amazing. So I can wait. I got
Mm.
patience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the world gonna
Oh,
have patience.
yeah.
But when it come out, I know it's gonna be something amazing.
Yeah. Definitely. That's how I do it all the time. Even when I'm sitting in the studio with Maddie, I go out and do something else because I want to see the finished product. You know what I'm saying? When y'all creating, just get out the way. Come back. Oh, it's ready. Playback time. Okay. But I really don't want to see it then. I'm ready. I want to see the finished product, editing everything. You know what I'm saying? So
But to
yeah.
really appreciate a project though,
Mm.
you gotta see it in all the stuffs.
I done sat in plenty of studio sessions, been behind the scenes on a lot of films, stuff like that, just watching. But sometimes as a fan, I'm a fan first and a supporter. I like to step away. I like to see it a little bit and then step away and wait till the finished product and then be like, wow, I seen that from the beginning. But sometimes when I sit through the whole process, I don't necessarily probably want to see it after that. And I know that's kind of weird, but it's still like I want to watch y'all get in there, get out the way, come back, and then be like, oh man, there it is. As a fan, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So, because you let me sit in there, I'm gonna start trying to throw my shit in. Hey man, thank you. Nah. I'll be like, hey man, you gotta leave, bro. So,
So D, we appreciate you coming out here to the Taylor Talk podcast. We
yeah.
definitely appreciate you coming here. But
Mm.
what I need you to do is tell them out there where they can find you on social media.
Okay. So you can find me on everything. Instagram, Facebook. We don't do Twitter no more. Threads, D Thomas Pictures, and for my website, but it's gonna change. But right now it's dthomaspictures.com.
Okay. So y'all go follow her, like everything she do, cause she's super dope. Hit up if you need work. She's definitely gonna make your eyes just glow with the work that she do. Um,
Cause I got one more question that she ain't gonna get out of here without asking. All right, at least give me two. At least give me two. Cause she's like, listen, she's very fashionable. You know what I'm saying? And the shoe game is ridiculous. So you're gonna give me your top two favorite sneakers of all time. That should be easy. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do
Uh,
do. Mm, mm,
okay.
mm, 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 mm,
you got
mm,
that many
mm,
shoes.
mm.
I do.
Yeah, she
Oh,
got that many shoes. Mm, mm, mm. Come on now, yeah, cause I let you skip out on your last movie. You only gave me four.
Cause that's hard
Not,
to just narrow it down. I got a
man,
lot of
listen, I
favorites.
know it. We all do.
All right,
But
so these the military Jordan 4s.
oh yeah, good ones, good
Um,
ones.
you
Yes.
can only wear them like once in a while.
Mm-hmm. That's
Um,
right.
and probably my Jordan 1 bands. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's two
those are
good ones.
the you can only wear them once in a while too.
Yeah, them special occasions right there.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Special occasion. All right. So I'm gonna let you slide. You know what I'm saying? You still owe me 3 and 1. We'll get you next time on it. You
Yeah.
know.
I'm gonna just tag you in the next photo.
Okay, got you.
Now
Got you.
we're gonna get you back on here
Yeah.
after you finish
Come
this
get finish.
project.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because you're always welcome back. You know what I'm
Alright.
saying? So
You definitely welcome.
Mhm.
And we, like I said, we appreciate you for taking the time to come out here and share your story about how you became a photographer, videographer, and the things that you continue to do and be great at what you do. And then you letting the world know that you don't have to sit in that classroom to be where you at. And I definitely appreciate that. Chevy, appreciate that. Taylor Talk Podcast, appreciate that. Um, you got anything else to say?
So I will say when you collaborate with other people, the first thing that you should do is listen. Right? Especially when you're collaborating with other people and it's their vision. Um, listen, because I know I've seen it where other people they not listening and they don't give the other person what they wanted. People they tell you through their stories, they tell you through what they show you, their tone, like all of that. So you can learn a lot by a person just by listening to them. And when you listen and you observe and you create with the intention of what they want, it makes for a better collaboration.
Okay, that's
all right.
good.
She sound like a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout. That was my job in the military. Listening and observing. Because we're the eyes and ears of the Army. Now, do I listen all the time? No. Sometimes I do. But I'm learning to get a lot better with the civilian world listening thing. So it's coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to. But thank
Yeah.
you again, D. Thomas, for coming out here to Taylor Talk Podcast. Thank everybody for
Yeah.
watching Taylor Talk Podcast. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share.
Shout out to 270 Radcliffe,
John,
Hardin County.
John Woo.
You know what I'm saying?